All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good night's rest. All right. So, once again, good morning and welcome to today's live stream. Now, for those of us who were able to join yesterday night, we did look at the questions that we can see on the screen. We looked at these questions, but today we are doing this so that those who were not able to join yesterday night should be able to benefit from today's live stream. So what we have is that, as you can see, we have the questions here on the screen. So I'll read the questions out. We have the possible answers. If you know the answer, you just write it in the live chat. If it's question number one, just write question number one, and then you write the correct answer. If it's A, you write A. If it's B, you write B. C or D, you just write it in the live chat, and then I'll respond to you over there as well as live and acknowledge viewing your response. Now, like I said, we'll read through the question. I will give you a minute or two to solve the problem, and then we proceed from there. Now, if you need me to solve the problem for you to see as well, I will also do that because I have the option to do that. So just as a way of demonstrating, let me show you what I mean by that. So for instance, if I come to this blank canvas over here, let's say I have the expression a into bracket 2 minus b, right? And I want to expand this. So I just use the a to multiply the 2. So I have 2a here minus a multiplied by b will give me ab. So this becomes my expansion. So as we can see, you can see the writing clearly. It's nice, it's visible, and then yeah, everything is okay here on the screen. So that's what we'll be doing. I will be teaching, and then I will also be taking us through the multiple choice questions, and then we should be good to go. All right, so guys, let's begin by looking at the first daily mathematics challenge that we have for today. So the first question we have is we have to express 75882 to 3 significant figures. We have to express 75882 to 3 significant figures, or 75,882 to 3 significant figures. Now we have 1 minute to solve this problem. So I'm also solving. So we all solve together, right? So we have to express 75882 to 3 significant figures. So guys, anyone from the live audience to give us the correct answer for this problem? We have to express 75,882 to 3 significant figures. Anyone from the audience to give us the correct answer? Okay, so we have the possible options. Option A, we have 759. We have option B, 7590. We have option C, 75900. And then we have option D, 759000. Okay, so these are the 3 possible options that are 4 possible options that we have. So the correct answer here is option C, that is 759000. Okay, that is the correct answer. Now that is because if you look at the expression that we have, 75882, counting from the left to the right, the 7 becomes our first significant number, the 5 becomes the second significant number, then the first 8 becomes the third significant number. So after the third significant number, the number after that is 8. Now 8 is 5 or above, so we add 1 to the 8 before, so it becomes 759. Then we make the rest 0, so it becomes 00, so it becomes 75900. And that is how come we are having option C as our correct answer. So that is the correct answer for this particular problem. Option C, 75,900. That is the correct answer for this particular problem. All right, so we can move on to the next question. So guys, if you like what you are saying, we'll be doing uh, live streams like this on biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and a whole lot. So if you like what you're saying, like the live stream, share with a friend or a colleague that may find it helpful. And then yeah, let's proceed. So here's the second expression that we have. We are to multiply. We are to multiply 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4 and leave our answer in standard form. That is what we have. We are to multiply 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4 and leave our answer in standard form. Now, mind you, these are past questions. These are WASSCE past questions that we are solving live. So these are past questions. All right, so let's look at the solution to this problem. So we have 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power minus 4. So guys, we have 1 minute to solve that, and then we can give our answers. All right, guys, I have my answer. So what are we getting? So the question we are currently solving is what is on the screen. We have to multiply 6.4 by 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. And we have to leave our answer in standard form. So that is the problem that we have. That is the question that we are dealing with. So anyone to give us the right answer in the live chat, just type the correct answer. If it's A, you say A. If it's B, you say B. So we have here option A, we have 5.44 times 10 raised to the power positive 2. Option B, we have 5.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 3. Then we have option C, 5.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 1. And then we have option D, 5.44 times 10 raised to the power minus 5. So these are the four options that we have. So which of them is the correct answer? All right, guys. So the correct answer over here is option C. That is 5.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 1. That is what I have, because if you multiply 6.4 times 10 raised to the power 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4, you are going to get 0.544. And if you change that to standard form, you get 5.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 1. All right. So let's proceed with the next question. So we have here, which of the following is or are rational? Okay, rational numbers over here. We have which of the following is or are rational. So we have here I, which involves which include the P is equal to the set of numbers 2, root 3, and 5. Then we have Q. Apologies, guys. So we have Q, which is equal to 7, 1 over 6, and then root 9. And then we have I, which is R is equal to negative 3, less or equal to X, less or equal to 8. Okay, so these are the possible options that we have. We have to identify which of them is or are rational. So we have option A, I only. Option B, I only. Option C, I only. And then option D, I and I only. So which of this is rational? Guys, we have 1 minute. Which of this is rational? All right, guys. So among all these possible options, the correct answer here is B. The correct answer here is B. That is the set of the numbers 7, 1/6, and √9. They are rational. Are we okay? All right. So let's proceed to the next question. We have to express 0.000344 in standard form. We have to express 0.000344 in standard form. Okay, so guys, we have 1 minute. Let's express this in standard form and then we call our answers. So the possible answers we have over here is option A, 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. Option B, 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 3. Option C, 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. And then option D, 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 6. So these are the possible options that we have. So let's go ahead and express this in standard form. Like I said, if you have your answer, just leave it in the live chat and then I'll reply to you immediately. So I'm also doing the work. So 0.123. All right, guys, I have my answer. What do we have? Okay, guys. So the correct answer here is option C. That is 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. That is the correct answer over here. 3.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. That is the correct answer if we express this in standard form. All right. Now the next question we have over here is this. We have to calculate 83 multiplied by 96. Okay, and then give our answer in standard form. So basically we are just to multiply 83 by 98, which you can use your calculator for, and then after you get the results you convert it to standard form. That is what we are doing. So yes, let's go ahead and solve that. We have the possible options given to us. We have option A, 8.134 times 10 raised to the power 4. Option B, we have 8.134 times 10 raised to the power negative 3. We have option C, 8.134 times 10 raised to the power 3. And then option D, 8.134 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. All right, so guys, let's proceed to find the answer over here. So I'll also go ahead and do my multiplication. 83 by 98. Now, because I don't have my calculator over here, so I'm using my tablet to do the calculation. So as you can see, my calculator is on over here on the tablet. All right, so I will do my multiplication. Okay, so I have my answer. So guys, what are we getting? Anyone from the live audience? If you're now joining, we are basically solving some math problem on real numbers. So you see the question on the screen. I don't need to read it out too much. You see the question on the screen, you see the possible answers. Just dive in straight, solve it, and then give me your answer in the live chat, and then I'll give you your feedback. All right, so over here, if we multiply 83 by 98, we are going to get 8,134, which is 8134. Now, if we convert that to standard form, after the 4, we have a decimal point there, imaginary one. So we move that decimal point 3 times. So it will now come between the 8 and then the 1. So we now have 8.134 times 10 raised to the power 3 because we had to move the decimal point 3 times. All right, let's proceed with the next question then. Okay, now this is very interesting. We have if 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 divided by, this is like a ratio or a quotient, right? If we have 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 as the numerator, or divided by 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n as the denominator. and all that expression is equal to 8 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. What is the value of n? Are we okay? What is the value of n? That is what we are supposed to find in this particular problem. So guys, let's go ahead and solve for this particular problem. So we have 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 on 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n, and all is equal to 8 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. Okay, so I have here this on this. Guys, I hope we are all solving. I have this. All right, I have my answer over here. So guys, what do we have? Now in this particular instance, we have okay, let me solve this particular problem so that we have a look at how the answer is going to look like. So the problem we have was in this form. We have 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 all on 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n, and this will be equal to 8 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 2. Now this is the expression that we have. Now to find a solution to this problem, what we do is that we cross multiply over here, or basically you just bring the 8 times 10 raised to the power minus 2 to the denominator here and move the 3.75 over here. So basically what I mean is that this becomes, you rewrite this as 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 divided by 8 times 10 raised to the power minus 2, and this will be equal to 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n. Okay, this is basically how you rewrite your expression. So now that we have this, you are free to use your calculator to solve what you have on the left hand side. You are free to use your calculator for that. So if you do that, we have 3 times 10 raised to the power 4 divided by 8 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. Now if you compute that into your calculator, you are going to get 375,000. Okay, and that is equal to what you have over here, 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n. So now all that is left is for us to rewrite this in standard form over here. That is all that is left for us to do. So if I do that, it means that, let me try and see if I can use a different color. Okay, so let me use green for that. So there's a decimal point over here, so I need to move it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times for it to come here. So I now have 3.75, then multiplied by 10 raised to the power. Remember, I moved this 5 times. So I have 5 here at the top, and this will be equal to 3.75 times 10 raised to the power n over here. So if you look at it, I have this as same expression as here. The only difference here is that here is n, here is 5. So therefore, it means my n is equal to 5. Okay, so this is my answer for this particular problem. My n is equal to 5, and this is how we solve this particular problem. All right, so let's quickly go back to the question we were solving. Yes, so this particular expression. So it means that the value of my n is 5, and the correct option here is option C. Okay, and I believe we saw how I did the work, or I did the calculation, so that should be easy for us to do going forward. Okay, so that is that for this particular problem. All right, let's proceed to see the next question that we have. So I have here express. Now, mind you, this is like a ratio. So this is express 3 whole number 1 over 3 minus 2 whole number 1 over 2, all at the numerator side, all divided by 5 over 12. Okay, and we are to express this in its simplest form. Okay, so we are to express 3 whole number 1 over 3 minus 2 whole number 1 over 2, all divided by 5 over 12 in its simplest form. So just so we can appreciate the question that I just wrote, let me rewrite that for us to see. Okay, so the question I just read to us is in this form: 3 whole number 1 over 3 minus 2 whole number 1 over 2, all on 5 over 12. Yeah, so this is the question that I have. Okay, so this is the question. So let's go ahead and solve this particular problem. This is the problem that we have. Let's go ahead and solve it. All right, so I'm solving mine. You to give it a try. All right, guys, I have my answer. So what do we have? So among the possible options, we have option A, we have 2, option B, we have 2 whole number 1 over 6, option C, we have 2 whole number 5 over 6, and then option D, we have 2 whole number 1 over 4. So what is our answer over here? Guys, what is our answer? Any answer? Any answer from us? Okay, so I have here 2 as my correct answer. 2. So if we like, we can all do that together. I think we should do that together. So let's come back to our canvas. At this point, let me insert a new one so that we can see the calculation. Okay, so the question we had was 3 whole number 1 over 3 minus 2 whole number 1 over 2, all on 5 whole number 5 over 12. Sorry. So the first thing I need to do over here is to rewrite the mixed fraction into improper fraction. So I have here 3. We multiply the denominator, which is 3 times 3, that is 9, plus the 1 at the top, that becomes 10. So I have 10 over 3 minus this side as well, 2 multiplied by 2, that will give me 4, plus 1, that will give me 5. So I have here 5 over 2, then all over 5 over 12 over here. So from here, I just simplify what I have at the numerator. So between the denominators 3 and 2, the LCM there is 6. Are we okay? So I will have at the numerator the LCM 6. Mind you, have a bigger division and then the 5 over 12 over here. I'm just maintaining what I have over here, Okay, so I'm now solving the top. Now the 3 over here will go into the 6 2 times, and that 2 will multiply the 10 at the top over here. So it becomes 2 multiplied by 10. Then minus the 2 here will go into 6 3 times. I have that 3 multiplied by the 5 at the top over here. So I have the 5 over here. So from here, this is the expression I'm going to have. 2 multiplied by 10 will give me 20. Minus 3 multiplied by 5 will give me 15 over 6 all over 5 on 12. So this will give me the expression 20 minus 15 will give me 5 over 6. Then divided by, so I'll make this long division sign, this. Then I have 5 over 12. So to get rid of the division sign and solve this problem, we need to reciprocate this guy, 5 over 12. We need to interchange their positions and then change the division to multiplication. So I have here 5 over 6 multiplied by 12 over 5 now at this point. Now from here, what I need to do is I need to cancel out some things. So if I look through this expression, I have 5 here at the top, 5 here at the bottom, so they will both cancel out. So all that I'm left with is 12 over 6 over here. And then 12 over 6, this will literally give me 2 as my answer. So the correct answer for this particular whole problem is 2. As we can see in the possible options. Yes, that is option A. Option A is the correct answer as 2. Okay, guys, I hope we are getting what we are doing and we are appreciating the lessons that we are having so far. All right, so one more question and then we take a break. We are just going to do this morning live streams for 1 hour. So one more question, then we take a break and then we come back and then we continue. I need to get some water. All right, so we have to express 0.315 as a fraction in its lowest term. We have to express 0.315 as a fraction in its lowest terms. So we have option A, 63 on 20, option B, 63 on 200, option C, 36 on 200, and then option D, 31 on 200. Are we okay? So yes, that is the problem that we have. All right, so for this particular problem, it's easy. It's easy in the sense that these are objective questions. You need to solve it quickly and then move on. So all I will do over here is I will take the individual possible options and just input them into my calculator and get my answer. Okay. So the first option is 63 on 200. On 20. So I will do that. 63 on 20. That will give me 3.15. That is not equal to 0.315. So I move on to option B. Option B is 63 over 200. So I will do that. That will give me 0.315, which is exactly the expression we have over here. So that is my answer, option B. Okay. By assuming option B was not your answer, then you move on to the next one, 36 on 200. And then you move on to the next one as well, which is 31 on 200. The one that gives you that decimal as an expression becomes your answer. Are we okay? So it's very simple, very straightforward for this particular question. All right, so we move on. This is another question. I did say one last question before we move on, but I think let's just quickly wrap up with this before we go for the water break. Are we okay? So we are to write 1.02616 correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, we have to write that expression correct to 3 significant figures. All right, so let's go ahead and look at that. So when we want to write this expression correct to 3 significant figures, it's very easy. Easy in the sense that the 1 over here becomes our first significant number. The 0 over here becomes our second significant number. Then the 2 over here becomes our third significant number. Now, the 6 after the third significant number is 5 or more. So we need to add 1 to the third significant number. So it becomes 1.03. Then you can make the rest 0. Okay, so it becomes 0, 0, 0. So this becomes our answer. Now, any number after the decimal, apart from the 0 and then the 3 over here, the remaining 3 don't really have any importance. So even if I rewrite this as 1.03, it is still the same. Okay, I can add as much zeros as I want. It will not change the value of the number over here. So the correct option over here is option A. Okay, that is the correct answer for this particular problem. All right, then let's proceed to the next one. We have here, what property of addition does the statement A plus into bracket B plus C bracket close is equal to into bracket A plus B bracket close plus C illustrate, where A, B, and C are real numbers? So what property of addition does this expression that I have over here, what property of addition does it illustrate? Okay, is it A, distributive property, B, commutative property, C, closure property, or D, associative property? So guys, any answer from us? Is it distributive, commutative, closure, or associative? Okay, Jomel is saying option B. Jomel, I'm guessing you are saying option B for the last question that we are having over here, which is you are saying is commutative. That is not correct. It's not correct. That is not commutativity. Okay, I'll show you an expression that expresses commutativity, but no, it's not commutativity. Please try again. It's not commutative. Yes, it's not commutative because that is not the expression for commutativity. Okay, so yes, the correct answer is associativity. So this is why. For commutativity, it is in the form A plus B should be equal to B plus A. This is for commutative. So for commutativity, it means that if I have, let's say, an expression A plus B, and I interchange the positions of the values, okay, I should still get the same result. That is commutativity. For instance, if I have 2 plus 3, okay, it should be equal to, if I change their positions, which is 3 plus 2. So here 2 plus 3 will give me 5. 3 plus 2 over here will also give me 5. So if I can interchange their position and still get the same result, then we call it commutativity. For this particular one, it is associativity because over here you have 3 expressions. You have A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. In the first instance, they grouped B and C. They associate B and C. And then at the other end, then they group A and B, leaving the C alone. So you see that at the beginning, the first term is alone. And then at the other side, the last term is alone. So they've been grouped or they've been associated differently. And that is associativity. And since the sign in between them is addition, they will be associative, because even if I have the expression 2 plus 3 plus 5, and I group this, and then I have is equal to 2 plus 3 grouped before I added the 5, they will all give me the same answer. Okay, that is why we say addition is associative, it is even commutative, and it is even distributive. Are we okay? So the correct answer is not commutativity, it is actually associative. Please, I hope you understand. That is Jomel. I hope you understand. Okay, I believe so. I believe you understood the expression. So the one I have over here, this is commutative. This is commutativity. This one over here is commutative, and what we have in the question, this is actually associativity. Are we okay? All right then. So let's go. The next question we have is, we have to factorize completely this expression into bracket k squared plus kx minus p into bracket k plus x. This is the expression that we are supposed to factorize. Are we okay? So guys, let's try and then factorize this expression, and then let me quickly go for a water break. Are we okay? So that is the expression. Please, let's quickly copy it and then I will be right back after a small water break. Okay, so guys, we are back. So this is the expression that we have. We have to factorize completely the expression into bracket k squared plus kx bracket close minus p into bracket k plus x. So that is the expression that we have, and that is the expression we have to factorize completely. So guys, we have 2 minutes to factorize this expression. I will also solve that in the meantime. I'll also solve that in the meantime. So I have the possible options into bracket k plus x bracket close multiplied by another bracket k minus p bracket close. That's for option A. Option B, I have into bracket k plus x bracket close, then into another bracket k plus k minus p bracket close. Are we okay? Then option C, I have into bracket k plus x bracket close, then open bracket k minus p bracket close multiplied by k. And then I have option D, what you can see over there, k plus x in bracket, then another bracket k minus p minus k. All right, so if these are my possible options, let me go ahead and factorize the expression that I have. So whilst you're also doing it, I'm also doing it. Let's factorize the expression that we can see on our screen. So I am doing mine. Let's also do ours. Okay. Okay. So I just finished mine. As you guys can see, I just finished mine, solving mine over here. So yes, so what do we have? So for those of us who are solving, for those of us who are following along and we are solving, if you look at the expression k squared plus kx minus p into bracket k plus x, if we solve that expression, we are going to get k plus x and then k minus p. Are we okay? Now for some of you who are confused and don't know how we got by this answer, as always, I will do you the honors of showing you how we got the answer. Okay, so let's quickly look at that. So let's look at how we got the solution to that particular problem. So let's come to our pen, select white. Okay, so we have the expression k squared plus kx minus p into bracket k plus x. So this is the expression that we have. So we have to solve, or we have to simplify this expression. So the first thing I do is that I maintain my first expression because I need to expand the other side. So I have here k squared plus kx. Okay, you can still keep it in the bracket or you can leave it. Then I use the negative p to multiply through. If I do that, I'll have negative pk over here. The negative p multiplied by x will give me negative px. So this is now the expression that I have. So if I look at this, I have k squared pk over here, right? So I'll group that at one side. So I have k squared here. I bring the negative pk. I carry it with the sign in front of it. So I bring the negative pk here. Then I write plus this plus kx over here. Then I maintain this guy minus px. All I did is to rearrange while maintaining the signs. Are we okay? Yeah, so Jomel was saying is the answer A. So yes, the answer was A. Yes, you are right. The answer was A, and that is what we are solving. The answer is A. Thank you so much, Jomel. All right, so from here, this is what I have. I have k squared minus pk plus kx minus px. This is the expression that I have. So from here, all I need to do is to factor out a common factor. Okay, so over here, the common factor is k. So I bring the k out, then I have into bracket. This is k squared, so I have 1k left. Then minus, only the p will be left over here. So I have this. Okay, then plus. Over here, we have kx and then minus px. X is common. So I'll bring out the x, then into bracket, I have the k will be left over here, and then over here, minus p will be left. So if I group the k and then a positive x, I have k plus x over here, and then k minus p over here. So my final answer is k plus x, k minus p, and this is the option A as our answer for that particular question. I hope we understand how we got by this. This is fairly simple. These are just the basics. These are just the basics. We have more detailed and tougher questions coming with time. So we are just beginning. So let's look at the simpler questions. Okay. Yeah, so Jumel, the answer is indeed A. So thank you so much. Okay, so this is the expression that we just did, and this we are saying is the correct answer because when we simplify this, we had k plus x, k minus p as our answer. Are we okay? All right then. So let's move on to the next question, Jumel. Now we have to factorize 5x squared plus 13x minus 6. We have to factorize 5x squared plus 13x minus 6. Are we okay? As always, I'll give you guys 2 minutes. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do the work and give me your answer. After that, we all look at it together and solve it. Now, whilst you are solving, I'm also solving. Are we okay? All right, so let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. So we have to factorize 5x squared plus 13x minus 6. Okay. Okay. So I have my answer for this particular problem already. So guys, we still have 1 minute more. Let's quickly solve this and then we look at the solutions to the problem. Okay, let's quickly solve this particular problem and then we look at it. So anyone to give me the correct answer in the live chat? Jomel, if you are still with me. Okay. Now there are so many ways to factorize an expression. We can use the method of completing squares. We can use the general formula, which is the minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Or we can use the method of factorization itself, right? So we have the method of factorization, the method of completing squares, and then the use of the the general formula or the almighty formula. Now, this expression can be factorized easily, so you don't need to use the method of completing squares or the formula method. You don't need to do that because you can factorize this easily. But then again, if it is subjective and you were asked to use a specific method, we look at that. We'll be looking at how to use the method of completing squares very soon. Like I said, this is not just about solving past questions live on this live stream. It is also about learning. So sometimes we take the concept itself, we looked at it, we learn it, we understand it, and then we look at their past questions. Are we okay? All right. So this, we are supposed to factorize 5s squared plus 13x minus 6. Okay, I have my answer. I'm sure you have yours. Now let's look at the solution to the problem. Let's look at that. Okay, let's just do it here near this previous answer of ours. So the expression we have is 5s squared plus 13x minus 6. This is the expression that we have. Now, in order for us to solve this, we need to use the coefficient. Now, I need to explain so that we all understand. So let me do this. So this expression is of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, in this particular case, it will become minus c. Are we okay? Now, the first thing we do is that we use the coefficient of the s squared term, which is the a over here, to multiply the c. So we will have our answer to be ac. Now, the ac, you look for two numbers that when you multiply, you get the ac, but when you add, you get a b in the middle. I'll take that again. You multiply the a term and then the c term, and then you look for two numbers that when you add or subtract, you get the middle term, which is b. In this case, we have 5 as the a, we have negative 6 as the b, as the c. So 5 multiplied by negative 6 will give me negative 30. Okay, as the AC becomes negative 30 in this case. Now I ask myself, which two numbers, okay, that when I multiply, I get negative 30, but when I add or I subtract them, I get 13, positive 13. So the possible numbers that come to mind is 15 and 2. Okay, precisely positive 15 and negative 2. Because positive 15 multiplied by negative 2 will give me negative 30. But if I add the 2, that is positive 15 plus negative 2, I will get positive 13, which is the middle number. So we will use that. So over here, this expression will now change to 5x squared plus 15x minus 2x. Okay, the 13 in the middle becomes 15x minus 2x, then minus 6. So if you look at this expression and you simplify it, you realize that 15x minus 2x will still give us the 13x we have at the top. So we've not done anything to the equation. It's still the same equation. We've not done anything, absolutely nothing to this particular expression. All right, so I'll use the white to continue again so that you guys can see much clearer. So this is now the expression that we have. So I'll now take these two expressions, I'll now group them separately, okay, and then factor them out. Okay, so I have a 5s squared over here plus 15. I'll factorize that separately, and then I factorize these guys also separately. So between 5x squared and then 15x, 5x is common. 5x is common. So I'll bring the 5x out. Then I have into bracket. If I take 5x out of 5x squared, I'm only left with x. Then I have over here plus, because this is positive. Now out of 15x, if I take 5x out, I'm only left with 3. Because 5x multiplied by 3 will give me 15x. So this is the expression that I now have. So this is the first side. Then the other side, negative 2x, negative 6. The common factor over here is negative 2. That is common between the two. So I bring the negative 2 out. Then I have into bracket. If I take negative 2 out of negative 2x, I'm only left with x. And then out of negative 6, if I take negative 2 out, I'm left with positive 3. So if I use the negative 2 in front to multiply the bracket, I'm still going to get my negative 2x minus 6 at the top back. So we've not done anything to the expression as well. So all I need to do over here is that I have 3 plus x common. So I group the 5x minus 2 at one side, and then I have the x plus 3 at the other side, and this becomes the solution to my problem. So like I said, the answer over here will be 5x minus 2, x plus 3. Okay, these two are my answers. And if we look through the question that we have, that will be option B. So option B is the correct answer for this particular question. Now let's look at the next question. We have to expand 3x minus 2y, bracket closed, another bracket, 3x plus 2y. We have to expand this particular expression. Okay, so guys, as always, we have 1 minute. Let's quickly expand this, and then we look at the solution to this problem. Let's quickly do that. Let's quickly expand that expression. We have 3x minus 2y. Okay. Okay, guys, I hope we are expanding. We are doing the expansion. I know. Early morning live stream is crazy. It's crazy. And it's exhausting too. But that's the fun part about life, you know. You're a student, so study late into the night and you wake up early to study. That's our job. And by the way, I have to finish this and go to work. So, ah, okay. That was nice. That was nice. So, guys, anyone with the answer? Anyone with the answer? Okay, very good. So we have to expand the expression 3x minus 2y and then 3x plus 2y. We have to expand this particular expression. Now we have the possible answers. As you can see, we have option A, 9x squared minus 4y squared. We have option B, 9x squared plus 4y squared. And then we have option C and then option D as well. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go expand this expression and then we moved on. Like I said, this is supposed to be a 1 hour stream. It's almost 1 hour. And so I will expand this. We look at one last question and then we end here for today. And then we'll continue tonight in the evening, 7:30, between 7 to 7:30 p.m. GMT. We'll continue the live stream tonight. So let's quickly look at the question that we have. So we have the expression 3x minus 2y, then 3x plus 2y. So this is the expression that we have, and we are supposed to expand this particular expression. Now, for us to expand this particular expression, I need to use the individual terms in the first bracket to multiply all that I have in the second bracket. So the first one I'm taking is the 3x. So I take the 3x and I use it to multiply the second bracket, which is 3x plus 2y. Then I have the second term, which is negative 2y, always pick with a sign in front of it. Always, to be on the safer side, always, and it's a must. Pick the term with a sign in front of it. If it's positive, you can write it without the positive sign. But if it's negative, attach that negative. It's very, very important. So over here, I have negative 2y into brackets 3x plus 2y. All right. So all I have to do now is use the term in front to multiply what is in the bracket across, simplify, and then I have my solution. So now I have 3x multiplied by 3x. That will give me 9x squared. Then I have 3x multiplied by 2y. That will give me plus 6xy. Then I come to the other side. I have minus 2y multiplied by 3x plus 2y. So minus 2y multiplied by 3x will give me minus 6xy. Then minus 2y multiplied by 2y will give me minus 4y squared. Are we okay? So now from here, I can see that I have positive xy and then negative xy. These are common among my terms. Okay, I have positive 6y here. I have negative 6y over here. So they will cancel each other out. So once they cancel each other out, all I'm left with is this and this. So if I rewrite them, I'll have 9x squared minus 4y squared. And this becomes my answer for this particular expression. So my final answer is 9x squared minus 4y squared. And that is the correct answer. Okay, so let's go back to our question. Yes, we have to expand this, and that was the answer. The answer is option A, 9x squared minus 4y squared. All right, guys, let's look at the last question, and then we end today's live stream. One, I'm very hungry. Two, I need to get ready to go to work. All right, so we have to simplify. As we have over here, we have to simplify 2 over q minus 3, then minus 3 over q plus 2. We have to simplify that particular expression. So guys, we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's simplify that expression and then give me our answers. Let's simplify that expression and then we end today's live stream. It's already 6. Okay. Let's simplify that expression. I've also done mine. I've done mine before the stream, obviously. So I've done mine. So because I'm very tired, I wouldn't want to do the calculation again. But let's do that and then we solve it together. Are we okay? Guys, anyone with the answer? Anyone with the answer? Okay, so we have to simplify the expression 2 over q minus 3, then minus 3 over q plus 2. That is the expression we are supposed to simplify. All right, so as always, I'll go back to my canvas and let's simplify this, and we call it a beautiful morning. Okay, so I grab my writing tool as always, and then let's solve that particular problem. So keep my white. All right, so I have 2 over q minus 3, then minus 3 over q plus 2. This is the expression that I have, and I'm supposed to simplify. All right, so I have here two ratio, this and this. So the first thing I do is to find the LCM, the least common multiple. In this case, the LCM is the product of these two denominators. So that becomes q minus 3, q plus 2. That becomes our LCM straight ahead. Now, q minus 3, we'll divide this q plus 2 times. So q minus 3 will go here, q minus 3 will cancel out, so to be left with this. So that will now multiply the 2 at the top. So we have 2 multiplied by q plus 2 over here. Then I bring the negative sign over here. Then I have q plus 2 over here. That q plus 2 will divide the LCM q plus 2. So it will be left with q minus 3. And that q minus 3 will multiply the numerator over here, which is 3. So I have here 3 into bracket q minus 3 multiplying. Are you okay? So this is the expression that I now have. So from here, all I need to do is to expand what I have at the top. So 2 multiplied by q will give me 2q. 2 multiplied by 2 will give me 4. Then over here, negative 3 multiplied by q will give me negative 3q. Then negative 3 multiplied by negative 3 will give me positive 9. Positive 9 all over. Don't forget your denominator. Q minus 3, q plus 2. Okay, so this is now the expression that I have. So I can see some common factors over here. I can see 2q and then negative 3q. So I simplify that. So if I do that, I have 2q, negative 3q. So 2q plus negative 3q will give me negative q. Then plus the 4 that I have over here, plus the 9, all over what I have over here, q minus 3, q plus 2. Now from here, you can see that we have 4, we have 9. We simply add. Okay, that will give me 13. So I have minus q plus 13 is equal to q minus 3, q plus 2. So to rewrite what we have at the top, I'm bringing the positive number first, and I will take the negative second. So I have 13 minus q. Now, negative q plus 13 and 13 minus q is the same. At the end of the day, the q is carrying the negative, the 13 is still positive. So this over q minus 3, q plus 2 becomes our final answer for this particular expression or the question that we have. So this is the correct answer. So as we can see, that is the correct answer. And if we look to our possible options, let's go there. No. Okay, yes. If we look to our possible options, we can see option A, 13 minus q over q minus 3q plus 2. Yes, so the option A is our correct answer. Option A is our correct answer for this particular expression. So guys, thank you so much for joining today's live stream. I believe it has been at least an hour right now. So thank you so much for joining the morning session. We'll continue the afternoon, sorry, not the afternoon session, but the night session tonight at 7:30 GMT. Okay, 7:30 GMT. We'll be looking at more either mathematics, biology, or chemistry. One of them. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll be looking at something tonight at the same time, 7:30 GMT. We'll be looking at it, and then the following morning, I'll try to do another stream so that you guys will learn. So those of us who are not able to join the night session, you can join tomorrow early morning to also benefit from the past questions that we are solving and then the live lectures that we are having. Now, for us to have an engaging session, I would love if we could answer in the live chat as we did yesterday night. We answer in the live chat. Then I see that you guys are participating, and then you're also watching and you are learning at the same time. So thank you so much. This is the time where we just chat. We just chat right now. So if you have any question, any suggestion, anything you want me to take note of, or anything you want me to improve, you can just drop it right now. Or if you want a particular topic or subject you want me to treat, just let me know in the live chat, and then I will get back to you on that. So guys, anything for me before I go? Anything for me? Any questions, any suggestions, any topics? Nothing? Okay, so in the absence of any of the above or any of the affirmation things, I would like to bring today's live stream to an end. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you study smartly. Make sure you pass your exams, you solve past questions, at least pass, try and get to college or university, experience the university life, and then come out and come and face the world, because I'm going to do that right now. From here, I'm going to take my shower, get ready for work. Are we okay? All right, guys. So thank you once again. And this is my science tutorials and peace. I'm signing out. All right. Bye bye.